for almost. All right, Coach. Your impressions of the meet, and then we'll open it up for questions.
It's open for questions right now.
Raising came out awfully aggressive tonight. Is that something you guys have been telling him needs to get out there?
We're telling our guys to do what they do best. I mean, on a consistent basis, if the communication's there. And in order for it to happen, they have to understand it. In order to understand it, you have to do it and feel it, and it has to be a success in the practice room. So he showed it out there, and now the key is to continue to go forward and embrace every challenge that comes ahead of you, or that is ahead of him, and do the same thing. There's really no difference. It's that effort and putting a couple different holds together to get the guys and repeating. If it doesn't work the first time, it's going to work the second. If it doesn't work the second, et cetera, down the road, and then you have success.
McDonough sort of alluded to guys maybe taking more chances, opening it up a little bit instead of being in controlled situations so much.
His position?
I think he was talking across the board.
Well,
but he was speaking of
McDonough's gotten a lot of ink lately about this team, and I'm okay with that. But McDonough needs to do what McDonough does best, and that's what he did tonight. Don't make it a slow grind match, even on top where you're grinding guys. McDonough needs to have a wide open, high-paced match because he was falling into the back points from that pace. And it's not necessarily get my takedown, now I'm where I want to be, let's grind out those back points. Keep the pace high, don't let guys tie you up. The rest of the country saw what happened to him in the Midlands, and they're keying on that. So there can be no squeezing. As far as what McDonough says about the team, he may be on there, but the bottom line is that McDonough needs to worry about McDonough. And I say that for a reason. I say that for a reason because this is a sport that you can get sideways real quick when you try to take on more than you can handle. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is. But we got to have our guys worrying about themselves and let the coaches coach.
Just over a month from the Big Ten. So how do you feel right now? You where you want them? Are they where you want them?
Yeah, we win 9 matches, and you're right in it with the. That was the key match of the night from my point of view at 165, and that match. I tell you what, when a guy gives full effort, I don't get upset too much. And Jansen gave full effort, but I'm upset because when you give full effort and you got it, and you need 1 point, and you can bring the house down with 1 point, that's something. Find the point. Find the point. And that's why when you have an opportunity like, plus he's a competitor. He thrives on this type of thing. Put the nail in the coffin. End it. Get your point. So, and that may be why I'm a little bit amped up right now, because that tends to stick in your mind, especially when it's in the tail end of the match. It was second to last match. That's a match that we were keying for. Especially the way it's going down. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm not saying that the shutout is important, but it's important that each one of our guys goes out and performs, and at that point, every guy did get their hand raised. And so, do it again.
Pretty happy with the effort that you got across the board, since you were pretty dominating as well as
Ohio State, I don't know if you read Tom Ryan's comments, but he's not even giving his team much of a chance. I'm not saying that begrudging him. I'm saying that that's how he feels about his team. So, we should have been able to do well and widen the gap, etc. But we should be able to do that no matter who it is, because that's the idea, and that's what idealistic, philosophically, how we want to go. What's realistic doesn't matter. If I have an imagination that's strong enough, and a will that's strong enough, then it doesn't matter what's realistic. I want what's ideal. And that's what I'm alluding to with McDonough. I mean, he wants what's ideal, and that's good. And these other guys need to want what's ideal. Maybe that's what he meant a little bit.
Tom, what was your take on Matt Baldwin, his performance today?
Important performance for Matt Baldwin, because off the record, check me on how many Big Ten matches he's won, Big Ten dual meets. I don't know if he's won very many. I would like to know what that stat is. because and he's a senior and it's important to send him out feeling good. And the thing is I was on the radio and I told the radios and Ironside that he got crisper as the match went on, and sometimes he gets sloppier. He was a little sloppy in that first takedown, the first attempt, but he actually got less sloppy as the match went on. And that's important. That's important. He's a senior. You know, we want that success. You only got so many more opportunities.
Anything else?
Ethan has scored us, 2 straight wins over pretty decent competitors. What are your thoughts about the way he's wrestled against?
Tentative today, Oklahoma State, he did more, but maybe he did more because he had to get himself back in the match. That's progress because, in the past he's let the clock tick all the way down when he's behind. Oklahoma State, there was a little bit more urgency there, but there needs to be more urgency there to not just score 1 takedown to win the match, or not just score 1 takedown to get back in the match, but widen the gap. And he's pretty good athletic dude, pretty good athletic specimen. So let things fly, more attempts, that type of. It's just the same philosophy. It's not rocket science. Go out and do what you do best, and let it fly. To me, it doesn't matter. This is what I'll end with. It doesn't matter how Ohio State was down or not. I liked how Gambrill came out. I liked how you mentioned Raising came out. Luke Lofthouse had a battle after a takedown. If we could be hard like that, we give ourselves a chance to win. And that's what we have to be. We have to be hard. We have to be a bitch. Pardon my language. We have to be tough like that on our opponent. And it needs to be consistent. And in a way, it's like this. It's hot and cold. In a way, we haven't done it all year. But we need to be bullies in those tough matches. If we can be bullies in those tough matches, then we got a team. Thanks a lot.
You said let it fly with Ethan. Was that a point across the board, though?
Maybe. I mean, like I said, do what you do best. Here's my point. Maybe it was across the board, but it's not like you're standing in front of the team and you're preaching. I put my tie up and check the mirror and go out and have a sermon to the team. It is on an individual basis. Gambrill, do what you do best. Next up, Lofthouse, do what you do best. Raising, do what you do best. The thing is the overriding essential in wrestling is it's doing what you do best. It's attacking and putting pressure on opponents. It's scoring points. I don't know how to do that without across-the-board attacking. So the common theme is attack, but let it fly. Lofthouse needs to not be so tight. Just go and then go again, but with good setup and wise, wisdom, smarts. Another thing I emphasized too after the Oklahoma State match was capitalizing and finishing, and I think we did that for the most part. Again, maybe it wasn't the caliber of team, but when you get opportunities, finish. And that was maybe better as well. So, it's a work in progress. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach.